Hey, we're on live. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook Live. Aloha, no gang. Welcome to Mel and Charlie. I'm Uncle Charlie, and that's Uncle Mel. And you're with us on this Friday, the 19th of February. Tonight is February 19th. Before we do anything, we'll be doing this periodically. We want you to share tonight because it's Feel Good Friday here on the Mel and Charlie Live, Facebook Live with us. How you doing, my brother? How are you doing?
Good man, just staying dry. Got bombarded with some rain today.
Oh yeah,
Woo!
it's tough.
Like amazing rain.
Mhm.
And I'm not complaining, bro. I'm not complaining
Yeah, we
because
need
the
it.
rain is good. The island needs the rain. Now, not sure. Wailo River was. I never seen anything like it, man. Wailo River was pushing so hard.
Yeah,
So you saw all these where the river meets the sea.
the debris back up.
Well, the debris, but also the violent, turbulent current is incredible.
Let me ask you. Before it gets to that point, before it gets to most of the year, that opening is plugged up, right?
It's open. It's open. It's
Okay.
open. But it's narrow, and because all the recent flooding, within the last few years, uh, the river has never been dredged, and so obviously the not as much water can get
Hmm.
through. So and then the debris blocks the flow by the bridge.
Hmm.
So they were watching it. The police were out there today watching carefully. Because it's not the bridge is not the issue, it's the debris that's coming from upstream, and so
Hmm.
that causes a lot of the problems.
Well, let me kind of show you something that I was privy to, and I had one earlier. But you remember Gina Duarte? We had her on from Gina's.
Yes, I do.
Well, tomorrow night and tonight from 6 to 8, $8 a dozen. Look at these hot malasadas.
Oh, right.
Woo.
Right. Yeah, well, thank you for sharing.
No, I was going to say I called you, but you just never answered.
You lie. I would have drove to
Oh,
Waimea for that, bro.
hmm.
I would
Tonight
have
and
drove to.
tomorrow night. Tonight and tomorrow night.
I'm gonna have to
It's
go take a
special.
ride on it tomorrow night.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love my malasadas, man. Thank you, Jacqueline. Aloha, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, Feel Good Friday, showcasing some businesses tonight. Tonight's pretty unique. We have Passion Bakery Cafe. We have Waimea Town Celebration, and we have the infamous John Kaihui wrapping us up tonight with his business, and we'll let them explain. But I just saw Addison on there. Addison, you're welcome. We do this every Friday night, guys, to support local businesses, whether it's a product, a service, whatever it may be. We challenge our viewers to go out and support local, no matter what's going on around us, no matter what opinions you have, regardless. The one constant in this battle against COVID is our local businesses. That's what we gotta support. We as a community members, we have to support locals. So again, all of you guys that have small businesses or small business owners statewide, it doesn't matter where you're from, let us know so we can get you plugged into our Friday shows so we can share your business. That's what we want to do. That's all we want to do. Just do our little part in getting the word out. And from the responses that we've been having from those that have participated, phenomenal, phenomenal. So please, please, please share, spread the word, and let us know. Let us know.
Yes, yes. Our objective, um, I guess well, I shouldn't say I guess, we know that what we're trying to do, and we've had so far, we've had pretty good success from the people that Paradise Grinds. that meat house out in Kapaa town,
Leong's,
Leong's, Gina's. We promoted them.
Science out there in the North
Yeah,
Shore.
Grandma's Kitchen, Kool-Aid's. I mean, we're just trying everything and anything we can to promote any businesses that um, will garner attraction, especially with the locals. Had a chance to have lunch at Wong's in Hanapepe. We've gone there before. Jackie and her gang haven't been on yet, but soon they will be on, right? Soon they will be on.
They're camera shy, man. I don't know
Hmm?
what the heck to do. They
Well,
got a
maybe
great,
you and I should just go there and just have a
yeah.
lunch. Yeah.
Maybe that's what we got to do, Charles.
Maybe we gotta take it. We gotta take the bull by the horns and just take it to them. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. They do so much for the community too, as many small businesses do,
Yeah.
especially here on Kauai. I got to tell you, I cannot speak for the other islands. I'm sure every small business. I know because I had a small business for a very long time, and you get hit up all the time for donations um, and they give back, and that's what makes success is when you can give back to the community. So for all of us, we can give back by supporting local business, by supporting local restaurants. And again, it doesn't have to be food. It can be. It doesn't matter what it is.
But you know what's really, and I apologize. What's really phenomenal is when you had Paradise Grinds on, right?
Mhm.
You showed the picture. You showed the picture. It's just like Taco Libre as well. You've shown the picture on it. It does not do justice because when you go there, it's like, holy smokes, so much food. And I'm a big eater, but I had to break them. I had to break them down in shifts. You can't. I sorry, I couldn't tackle the whole thing one crack.
Yeah, it's
But it's a
it's
lot,
it's
and
awesome. And
yeah.
and the other day I went to Daddy O's for lunch,
Hmm.
and I had to get their brisket again because it was so good. But he let me taste his smoked meat, Charlie, because they have a plate as well. Well, when they have the special, and boy, let me tell you, that was delicious. That was delicious. So, um, yeah. Hey, thank you, Randy. Randy says we support Anahola Granola from Southern California. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got viewers from all over the country, sometimes from all over the world, and we had Hanale Taro. Remember we did Hanale Taro? And if you go to Hanale Taro's website, you can get taro, kulolo, any of those things, and they ship it to the mainland. Very, very convenient. Everything online, and so it's this is our opportunity, people, to
Hmm.
support local businesses, to support Kauai, support Hawaii. We had one night we did Maui. We did all Maui businesses, and we want to spread this thing out. We want to get this. To be honest, Charlie, one day I hope we can have a you and I can have a food show, just traveling the state or the country, like Fieri. How the hell he can get on red Camaro convertible in every city that he go?
Oh, Guy Fieri.
Fieri. He came here. He was on Kauai, but the food is one thing
It's it.
that
We
we
can
really
do that,
fail to.
brother. We can do that. You and I
Yeah,
can have one 62 Datsun two door every island, and we only can go from maybe like Waimea town to maybe Makawele, right over the bridge. That's about it before the thing overheat.
yeah. You gotta get the water, bro. You gotta get the water bottle. Hey, but the good thing about 162 dots in, Charlie, if you get the
Yeah.
62 dots in 510, I don't know if you remember the 510s, the little box cars. If
Mm,
we get the 62 dots in, we wouldn't have to ship them. We can just take them in luggage.
ooh,
They fit in luggage.
yeah.
And if we're running low on cash, we just sit in the car when they put us in luggage. And we only pay the baggage fee.
With one stipulation: if we're gonna do that, Please, no chili before we get in that box. Okay, no chili, no eat chili.
All right, all right, all right. So, guys, tonight we're gonna start off with our good friend Thomas Nizo out there on the west side, big community dude, uh, literally big dude. Does so much for the community. But you know, Waimea Town Celebration is such a huge part of our culture here on Kauai. It's just been forever, been around forever. Everybody goes there. It's just it's if you have never been to Waimea Town Celebration, then you need to. But because of COVID, there's going to be some changes. So Thomas is in a waiting room. We're going to bring him in. He's going to share with us the changes and how we can still support Waimea Town Celebration virtually. So, all right, here we go, guys. Hey, thanks again, people. Thanks, and don't forget,
Yep.
share, share, share. And there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Ooh, I
The
told you.
man.
I
The
told you.
man.
I
Thomas
told you guys.
Nizo.
Now you guys can see for yourself. Can you hear us? Oh, you're not muted. You muted.
Take us off mute. You can take yourself off mute. There you go.
Right there, right there.
Okay, that secondary device you get, you gotta turn them down. You're on feedback.
Alam mo, on secondary device.
Oh, who's the music in the background?
That's town celebration going on in the theater.
Okay, guys. Apparently, we are participating in a Waimea Town celebration tonight. Then, what's up, my friend? How's everything going? This is Thomas Nizo, guys. Thomas, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit for our viewers who may not know me? The few know you. The few that do not know you.
Maybe a few. My name is Thomas Nizo. I work here at PMRF, and I'm also the manager of the Waimea Theater and also the festival director of the Waimea Town Celebration. So currently, we're right in the middle of the Friday night mini ho'olaulea because we couldn't do the big, traditional ho'olaulea that we're used to, everybody's used to. So we're here at the Waimea Theater with featuring Mama Ane's Mo'opuna Hi'ipoi Kanahele, folks.
From Nihao.
From the yeah.
Oh, how special, how special. Hey, Thomas, let me ask you, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, and we've had this discussion before, how you had to kind of like redirect the energy of the town celebration into a more safe atmosphere. Tell me, how has it been so far? Like what's been, I know the theater, you can only sit so much now, right?
Yeah. So with the COVID, protocols and the CDC guidelines, we went from 270 down to 90. So with the 90 participants in the theater, doing movies and special events, they're sectioned off. Everybody wears their masks during the event, only, and especially when they're standing up, except for when they're eating my famous popcorn. But trying to pivot our efforts to provide some kind of service and some kind of outlet for the community, as far as a little bit of mental health stress. It's been a challenge, just so. But over the last couple months, and we produced the event within probably in a month and a half, and we went from 33 events, and the mini town celebration now it's 5 events. 5 events.
Okay.
Guys, just for your information, WaimeaTownCelebration.com is the website. I got it up on the screen right now. So there's a lot of information here that you can go to. Schedule of events is right here. This is what what Thomas is talking about tonight. If you scroll down, everything, a lot of it, as you can see, has been postponed, but Heritage of Aloha Mini Ho'olaulea going on right now. Friday and Saturday at the Waimea Theater from 6 till 9 tonight and 6 till 10 tomorrow. Thomas, is that what I'm assuming? It's probably sold out, right?
think the reason why, and some people that actually bought tickets didn't show up, and rightfully so. We want people to stay safe if they don't want to drive in the inclement weather. But we are streaming both nights, tonight and tomorrow night, just because we wanted to have that added opportunity for people to take advantage of our mini town celebration.
Oh, right. So
Where is it streamed at, Thomas?
It's being streamed at WaimeaTheater.com. I mean the Waimea Theater Facebook page and the Waimea Town Celebration Facebook page right now.
Oh, on the Facebook page. Okay.
Yeah, on the Facebook page.
so folks,
And even with that, that's been a challenge, trying to pivot and trying to get the theater in a streaming kind of position for this week.
wow. For those of you that don't know, the Waimea Theater is the last operating theater of its kind here on the island of Kauai. And to get it modernized, to give it that advantage to stream, I would highly, not now, but after. I don't know how you're gonna stream them after, because they're gonna be missing. Oh, there it is. They're gonna be missing a lot of stuff. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
so I mean, it's gonna be archived on the page, so they can actually go back and listen to it and enjoy it.
Now let me ask you, Thomas. Have you ever had this guy? I heard so many compliments about this one performer. This guy was just an outstanding, beautiful voice, beautiful singer, and comedian. This guy, Charlie Yona. You ever had him at the town celebration?
Many times, but his talent fee was kind of high, so we had to give him a rest a little bit. Huh?
Well, bro, thanks. Yeah.
We can only afford one bag popcorn, not three. You know what I mean?
They get just a little taste
Right.
of what's going on right now in Waimea Town celebration at the Waimea Theater. Guys, you guys can watch this on Facebook Live on the Waimea Town Celebration Facebook page. But this is just a very small sample. Beautiful, man. I tell you, COVID has really changed the way we do things, Thomas. How's the West Side dealing with it? I mean, very tight community out there on the West Side, very close community. How's everybody handling the COVID situation out there?
Yeah, I mean, the whole island is suffering. Businesses are closing. Businesses are kind of getting doing a day-to-day, week-to-week kind of effort. And mahalo to you and yourself and Charlie getting small businesses on here, actually doing a call to action. Like when you guys did it for Gina's Any Kind Grinds, the next day sold out that place. So mahalo for those efforts that you guys put out there for the local business. But it takes a little bit. For the theater, we got the first round of the payroll protection plan. Supported the girls that way. Then the second round, excuse me, we just got the second round of the PPP last week. So, and so it's funny you should say, like, how do we deal with it? Back in July, I think, when we got the first PPP, all of my girls and the one gentleman that works with me, paid the PPP, then that ran out, right? We had to dish that out in 8 weeks. So from September to December, we're trying to think out of the box. How can we make some money to pay the bills, keep the doors open, and just provide something for the community? So the girls, my staff said, hey, we love this place so much. We're gonna work for free on the weekends. So we changed our schedule. We just did Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and my staff pretty much volunteered their time. All of us volunteered our time every weekend to provide something for the community. We generated enough income on the concessions that it paid the bill until this second PPP round that just came in. So like you said, adapting, pivoting the business, looking for different options, uh, different funding. Mahalo to the Kekaha HBC money. They funded us a grant to stay open a little bit and to pay our bills. So mahalo for them for giving us that opportunity. So
Well, I mean, that's the stories I like to hear. I mean, it's the loyalty of the staff. The fact that they see the value of that place for the community, that they would go in and volunteer to keep the doors open. Man, I gotta tell you, that's just so impressive, so impressive, and touches your heart. We hear
yeah,
a lot of stuff that's going on is not good news, but when you hear stories like that, it just makes everybody feel so much better, man. That's awesome.
yeah. And what kind of amazes me is I can understand somebody as old as you two guys. I mean, the older generation. We have such hard work ethic, right? And we sacrifice a lot. We volunteer a lot for our community. But these kids are young, and for them to step up to the plate and actually provide that service and come out every weekend to work was, like you said, it's just heartwarming and a good foundation for those people, for my staff.
All right.
Nice. So,
You-
okay, go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Thomas, now that things will have to be done a little different. Uh, Maybe you might want to let the audience know the theater. How are you going to pivot? What are you trying to? We talked about maybe setting it up more in a conference, used for conferences. That because you're bringing in all high tech equipment to allow that streaming to other businesses, especially when you have because I think it'll be kind of hard to have conventions, right? But if you have locations that can all be set up electronically and still participate under one team, you might want to explain about that, that avenue.
Yeah. So just last week, we got an email from the County Office of Economic Development from Nalani Brood. I don't think it was like 53 pages of different grants, and I put those pages and picked out at least 4 grants that kind of ties us to that grant. Like you said, pivoting, being a conference kind of center, providing training as a venue to provide training, multimedia / streaming venue. But mahalo to the list. And once town celebration is done tomorrow, it's back to the grindstone and trying to get some of those grants to pivot Waimea Theater. I don't think the movie industry is going to come back anytime soon. We're looking at either Christmas or man, what are you eating?
There's
Mala
Mala
Sadas.
on Gina's.
I'm trying to be serious and concentrate, and you say just grinding out some malasadas.
I deal with this every night. If it's not malasadas, it's Snickers or smoked meat or lihing mui seed, fruit mui, everything.
I was afraid to have a drink of water, and and he's eating malasadas. but anyway, yeah. So definitely, getting back to work next week, trying to see if we can get some of those grants into the theater, and and it's a trickle down effect. Definitely buy local, support local. If we can hire some people, local businessmen or businesses to come install the equipment, redo some things. There's also some Department of Interior grants that can refurbish historic buildings, so we can have a trickle down effect to maybe some construction companies or contractors to at the same time a win-win beautify the theater.
Let me ask you. A lot of people don't know there was a gentleman that worked for you, boy. He did such a good job. He and from what you taught him, he ventured and he won an Emmy, right, for
Yeah.
photo his photojournalist. Why don't you explain that story? It started from the Waimea town, the Waimea Theater.
Yeah, so Joey Christine, he was a student with Miss Evans' Waimea High School video class. And he came down here one day and he's like, you know, hey, uncle, I wanna work here if I can. I'm like, okay, we already had some projectionists already on staff. Then one of them left and I said, yeah, come on by. Let's, get you as a part-time projectionist. And so that started happening. But when the movie industry actually switched from 35 millimeter to actual digital files, and I think it's 7 years ago, he was already, so that was right up his lane. He was already doing video files, and digital files. And boom, he ran with it. And he was doing streaming Town Celebration with Hawaii Streaming, not the theater or not Waimea Town Celebration itself, like we are doing tonight. We, sectioned that off and actually made it happen tonight. But so one day he said, hey, Uncle, I'm going to have to quit. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, getting picked up by KITV News. So went to the news, and I forget what program it was that he won that Emmy for, but exactly what you said. And once in a while, he always calls me, I check up on him, and he's like, don't worry, Uncle, I'm going to come and buy that theater from you. I'm like, come, I invite you to come buy this theater from us, come. So he has been, he's had a lot of success doing what he's done, and, proud of that kid. So
that's nice. That's awesome. So, the Waimea Theater is really a community project. I mean, it's you and your staff do an amazing job keeping that place going and supporting the community. If our viewers out there want to help, want to support, how can they help the Waimea Theater project out there? How can they? Can they give you money? How does that work?
Yeah. So soon we're gonna start doing our seat fundraiser. So you buy a theater seat, right? So we can help that way. There's always events like tonight. Last night, Troy Lazaro did a storytelling here, and the Kupuna Club of Waimea with Kumu Puni Patrick, they came and decorated our stage. So just little things like that the community can be, hey, somebody can come clean the leaves out of my gutter. Since it was raining so hard, a ton of leaves came down. So if somebody has a ladder and a tall ladder and is skinny, not like me, climb up the roof and clean the gutters. That would be great.
Hey, somebody's asking, Relene is asking, who was the kid that won the Emmy? What was his name?
Joey Christine.
There you go.
Yep.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to that theater. It's so nice. That's just like going back in time, because everything is pretty much original in there. It's a fabulous place to have an event. Yeah, amazing stuff, man. I love that place. I love that theater. So your movies are all digital now. It's not on the big reels like before.
Yep, all digital. And it's great quality, awesome sound. The only regret I have, if it's missing one bite, the movie shot. Yeah. When you did 35 millimeter, you could splice the film, right, tape it back, and run it again, and people wouldn't even know that there was missing a scene, or maybe even 20 scenes in a strip, right? But it's harder. It's way easier to download and transfer the information. But man, if it's missing a kilobyte, there's no way to fix a kilobyte. Then you're shut down for the duration until somebody sends you a new drive. Yeah. So that's the only drawback. You can't fix it readily. So
My dad used to run the projector at the old Kauai Theater on Rice Street, and as well as Bono Theater, and he used to take us every so often in there. And for some reason, I remember these rods. I don't know. I can't remember what they were rods. They still use that when you was using the film. I guess I don't know what the rods did. I know my dad is on. He can probably help me out, but he used to have to put in these. I don't know if it was carbon rods or some kind of rods.
The rods cause an arc. That's how you get the light.
yeah, the art, yeah, the light.
Was that still being used in Waimea Theater when you guys had it?
No, not it. We kind of modernized, but we didn't have to. So before, like when your dad probably was doing the projection, you remember when you see the film and you have that white dot.
Yeah.
But you remember seeing the white dot that tells the projectionist to start the next projector that had the film loaded, right?
Right.
And by the time you see the second dot, that two reels supposed to be synced, right? So it'd be one projector here, one projector here. But now we get one platter system. It's three platters, and when it plays, it rewinds at the same time. So it was really good. But
Well, brother,
I missed the film. The film it's a warmer picture, yeah, and it's softer. The feathering is softer, yeah.
brother, I tell you, you can get one dot mixed up with a moth flying on the screen and go, oh, there, dot, get ready. No, brother, that's one moth flying up the screen.
Arc. There, my dad called it the arc rods.
Yeah.
Thomas, any closing thoughts before we kick you out? Because I can see the white dot on the screen. We gotta reel up
the white dot coming. Well, some of the things is Town Celebration has one more night tomorrow, 6:30 to I think 10:30. 3 bands. Today was the strictly Hawaiian night. Tomorrow is gonna be the contemporary reggae night. A band named Zach, and he's from Kekaha. His family's from Kekaha, the Kauahis. And then Kauai Collab, they're from the east side. And then Kavibes, which is Kawai Pasquale and her band, playing tomorrow night. And Gina's, as we know, from that guy over there, she's serving malasadas and pronto pops tonight and tomorrow night. So you can go on the website, WaimeaTownCelebration.com, and there's a red button. You can click there and you can buy. If you're not going to attend the concert, you can still buy the pronto pop and malasadas there. Next year, we're going to already be planning for next year, a bigger and better celebration. Hopefully, pronto pop now. Hopefully, next year we're past this pandemic. Everybody's vaccinated, and we can gather a little bit more outside. And hopefully, Town Celebration next year gets back to the traditional way we're used to, and seeing everybody out and about and enjoying local food, buying products from local vendors and whatnot. The only other comment is Puni and I was talking today, it was right after Town Celebration this week. 2 weeks last year, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks left. It's like that's when the coronavirus hit. So Town Celebration literally just got over on Sunday, and a week later we started shutting down, right? And it's been a year now, and I was telling Puni, I was like, man, I'm so grateful and appreciate you and Uncle Charlie taking the time every day, for this whole year, and then some, because we're not out of the woods yet. Taking the time to inform us, help us understand things, put people on the spot, make them answer the hard questions. So, Puni and I, we appreciate all that you guys have done for this past year for the community in Kauai.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. And thank you for all that you do
So-
for our community and Puni.
So Yeah. So that being said, there's an award that we do. So Mrs. Iona Stephanie won it 1 year. It's the Ambassador of Aloha Award. And the award is to um, is given to people or a person that gives back to the community. You know, and in unmeasurable ways. And so Punya and I was talking, and we think that the Mel and Charlie show deserves that award from the Waimea Town Celebration. So we're having, it's usually, we just usually have one award, but Rainita's gonna be doing another award so that both of you guys have one in your house. So Uncle Charlie, you gotta get jealous of Auntie Steph's one that's there on top of the mantle. He can have his own. So the Waimea Town Celebration, the west side of Kauai, Waimea Town, wanna give you guys the Ambassador of Aloha Award and mahalo you guys for the past year that you guys did for us.
Thank you, my brother.
And so I'll get that to you guys.
Thank you.
So mahalo for that.
Thank you, my brother.
Bro.
Aloha, brother.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
That's, you never do that live.
Huh?
You never do that live. Man. Bro, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, bro.
People say I'm busy. You guys been busy straight through. You know, you guys took care of us all this year.
Well, I don't know what to say, bro. Thank you. It's an honor for us to be able to do it. It's an honor for me to do it with Charlie. And our fans, our viewers are like, they're ohana. We've created a huge ohana. And thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Well,
I don't know if I can finish the show now.
Just go get one pronto pop.
thank you, brother Thomas. And we'll stay in touch, and we will definitely be promoting more of Waimea Theater, Waimea Town Celebration, and all the activities that the people, if they want to help support, they can support. And so, what's the best number, or what's the site that they can email you at, or how to get a hold of you at?
Yeah, so the Waimea Theater comes drop, you know, how you guys get, if somebody's gonna come clean off my leaves from my my eaves, my gutters. But the other thing that I forgot to mention is tomorrow at 7 o'clock, we're still doing, one of the events is the hat lake contest. And there's monetary prizes involved with that. And then the ukulele contest, they can sign up on the website too. We're having the ukulele contest being judged here at the theater, the contestant and one family member only, going in and out, so we can, you know, provide that level of safety in the theater. But yeah, thank you for the community for always supporting the theater, always supporting Waimea Town Celebration, always supporting West Side. It's just, you know, if I didn't have to go across the bridge to my house, I would stay this side of the bridge in Waimea and kick off.
Right on.
That's the truth.
Thank you again, buddy. We love you and Puni and your entire community. Thank you so much, man. You made my night. We gotta continue on. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. And if anyone can help out with the leaves in the gutter, you can message me. I'll get you hooked up with Thomas. All right. Thomas, go enjoy the rest of your show, buddy. Thanks a lot again, man. We love you guys.
All right, mahalo, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, all right. Next up is Passion Bakery Cafe, and as Michael is coming on right now. As oh man, that was so unexpected. Sorry.
Mm. Hello, Michael.
Aloha.
All right.
Aloha.
Aloha.
How you guys doing?
Thanks for your
Oh,
patience, my friend. Thank you for my patience. We had Thomas Nizo on, and he never like stopped talking. But
I can't
appreciate
hear
your
you
patience.
well right now. Hold on one second. I gotta turn that volume up. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Right, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Passion Bakery Cafe.
Yes, yes.
I'm Mel. That's Charlie. Why don't you share a little bit about yourself? And don't worry, we didn't dock your time. You still have your time.
No worries, no worries.
um, yeah, if you want to share a little bit about yourself and about Passion Bakery and how did Passion Bakery come about? What is it? What are the challenges with COVID? How are you guys managing? And whatever, man. The time is
Boy,
yours.
it's been a struggle, but you know, let's start from the beginning. We opened April 2009, right after the crash. We opened in. I got laid off from. I was working for Hawthorne Pacific Machinery at the time, selling heavy equipment, and loved that job, but got laid off because there was no sales going on. There was nothing happening at the time, so I was one of the ones who got nailed and laid off. So I just looked at my wife and I said, honey, I think it's time for us to do what I've always wanted to do for a long time and open up the bakery. So we found a building, moved in, and the rest is history. It's been a struggle from day one, of course. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole life, working for myself and keeping the business afloat. It's been a hard time, but coming into COVID, we we closed down like everybody else did, and didn't know what was going to happen after that. And the whole COVID thing and all the conspiracies that are going on and the shutdown of travelers, and it's been a difficult time, but we've managed. We changed our whole concept. Well, first, let me back up a little bit because, I don't know if you know this, but we hire out of the jail and out of drug court to help give second chances to people who could use a second chance or want and willing to work and get a second chance and drive for that second chance to succeed. And when COVID happened, I'm at age of retirement. I could easily shut down and just stay retired. But we worked hard at keeping the place open for the girls. I got the best team that I've ever had in the 11 years that we've been open. And we've trained some young ladies that are incredible in response to the second opportunity in their life, coming out of where they came out of. And the warden at the jail has been a blessing to us all. And he's been giving us good people who really want to make a life and change for themselves. So we're here. We got the first PPP and we spent it in the 8 weeks that we were allocated, and then we didn't have any money left, and there was no tourists, and there was nothing coming in. I got the EIDL loan, and I took out a loan for, $43,000, I think it was. And that kept us going. And then in August, I thought for sure we were going to shut down. And then we worked with Ho'omana, nonprofit, and got funding for feeding the homeless at Lidgate. And that kept us going until the end of December. And then January came and there's no tourists because we got shut down again December 1st. And so the cycle has been up and down. The curve's been high and then it's been straight down like a cliff. And then I I started pushing my bank real fast. And where's that second round of PPP money? And they got that through and got us in. So we're good for another 6 months now. So we'll see what happens in 6 months if the mayor really does open up and helps us, stay alive. I don't know. I do know one thing, that I have faith that is unresounding and strong, and we're gonna do whatever we can to keep it open for the girls and continue our struggle in life every day.
Wow.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing, man. Thank you for sharing and being honest and yeah, we know it's so tough. First of all, on a personal note, I just want to say thank you for giving people second chance.
Well, I gotta say, Mel, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I had a second chance when I was younger, and so it's in my heart to give the same thing. I didn't come out of jail. I didn't have the difference between me and those girls is they got caught. I didn't. Okay.
But I sit as a president of the Friends of Kauai Drug Court, and that is the hardest thing for our clients to remain in drug court is they got to be employed. That's one of the requirements, and it's so tough to get people to give these folks a second chance. Charlie and I, both former law enforcement officers, we both feel the same way, that everyone deserves a second chance. And so I just, on a personal note, want to say thank you for doing that, because you'll change a ton of lives from that. So appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. God bless you for that. And now I hear your bakery is amazing. Where are you located, first of all? I'm going to pull up your website. And
we're in Kinipopo Shopping Village in Waialua, right behind the Shell station as you cross the river heading north, Waialua River. So we're on the backside on Papaloa Street. You got to take the Y behind the Shell station to get to us, or from Kapa'a town, you gotta take the left turn at Kantaro's there to get to us. And I think we started changing the menu back in the summer to be more local oriented. The girls are local girls too. So, it's just like, it's a blessing all the way around. Popping up the website. So we changed the way we process our products. We do nothing but high quality stuff. We try to pass the aha taste in everything we make. So it's like a wow factor. Yeah. So we started making malasadas back in August. And in September, after 1 month being in business making malasadas, we got voted the number 3 on the island back in after 1 month of being open. And we make croscones, a cross between a croissant and a scone that nobody makes. They're buttery, they're flaky, we try to use local ingredients when we can, mango, just every kind of fruit and vegetable if we can. Then we started making plate lunches, and the plate lunches have taken off. We make our own bread. So the Philly cheesesteak is on our own bread. We roast our own beef. We make our own chorizo from scratch, chorizo sausage. We make our own spicy Italian sausage for our pizza. We're doing a sourdough crust on our pizza. It's all, it's really good flavors and pricing. Our pricing is reachable for the locals. A fully loaded 18-inch Neapolitan pizza with pepperoni and Italian sausage and all kinds of vegetables and 3 cheeses is, you know, $22 to $24. You know, and that's an 18-inch, so a very large pizza. The hamburger steak, we're using local meat from Waialua Meat Company. So just we try to do everything we can as local as possible.
Your chicken, I noticed your chicken, you took after the name of the warden, the warden's.
Well, the warden actually came
Chili.
over
Yeah.
and taught us how to make it his way. Now we make it a little bit differently because his ingredients, God bless him, his ingredients weren't refined enough for me. And it's not that much different. I don't know what brand he was using on the chili, but I got a really nice Korean chili paste that we use for our sauce, and the rice vinegar he was using was just, you know, from the grocery store. So we went and bought a really nice rice vinegar to add into it. So we just kicked up his flavors. He didn't make it spicy. We made it spicy. That's pretty much the difference. We got one complaint that it wasn't Warden's chili anymore, chili pepper chicken anymore, because it was too spicy. And I've always wanted the chili pepper chicken. If you're gonna put chilies in it, it's got to have some spice to it. You got to have some flavor. So Warden taught us how to do it, taught us how to fry the chicken, and without that, we wouldn't have the recipe at all the way we have it. And it is one of our top sellers. It is one of our top sellers.
Wow, we live right up the road in the house lots, man. You are going to see me there often. That food is I like spicy too, by the way. I like spicy. What are your hours? What are your hours at the restaurant or at your bakery?
You know, right now we are 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and we're planning on opening Friday, Saturday night for pizza and plate lunches. And just to see how that works. It's a little struggle because we don't want to bring on more people, but we got to try to get it so we can get it in a place that we know that after 6 months that we're still going to survive, even without the PPP. So we gotta make sure that we can pay the rent, the electric. You know, the electric bill is like $1,800 a month. It's hard. It's, you know, I've got all kinds of refrigeration. Our pastries are frozen, ready to bake. So we make them fresh. If we freeze them, like a mini Sara Lee production. So we got hand pies that are stuffed with mango and pear and we're going to do some apple. We got jalapeno hand pies, and so we've got all these and they're frozen. So we bake them off fresh every morning. And same with the croscones. We do sweet and savory croscones, the cross between the croissant and the scone. And those are all frozen, ready to bake too. And in fact, I was asked this week if I would supply a couple of companies with pastries now for them also. So we're going to look at hopefully being able to do that for them. And that'll help us stay and survive in the future too. So if we can add we lost 90% of our wholesale business when COVID happened, when all the restaurants closed down. We were doing 1,500 to 2,000 hamburger buns a day, taro brioche buns that we were selling to hotels, restaurants, and bars and whatever. And now we do that. What we did in a day, we do half that much in a week. So it's 1,000 a week now instead of 1,500 a day or 2,000 a day. So it's very challenging, but we'll get going.
Patsy and I will be down there tomorrow for lunch. You got Wi-Fi down there?
We do. We have free
'Cause
Wi-Fi.
the internet service in that area is really bad. From the regular cell service. So
Yes.
if I can hook up to your Wi-Fi, we can do a live and share with our viewers. Share a little lunch stop with Patsy and I. Charlie and I, we do
That
that a
sounds
lot.
great.
Yeah, we'll have fun with it. And I'll eat. Man, that food is Charlie. I saw you licking your chops, man. What on that menu caught your eye, Charlie? Besides the Warden's chicken.
I am, Philadelphia was never my team, but when it comes to Philly cheesesteaks, that's my team. That's what caught my eye. Yeah.
That's
But
one of
let
our.
me ask you, somebody, one of our viewers is asking are you able to ship perishable products to the mainland? Are you set up for
You just
that?
froze up, so I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't.
One of
You
the
froze, so I.
Can you hear me? I can hear you,
Okay.
Charlie.
Yeah, you can.
I can hear you too. I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Perishable products, like shipping to the mainland. Are you able to do that?
I haven't really figured out a way. I have sold our cookies and shipped cookies to the mainland. We wrap them and ship them as fast as we can when we can. But it's you put them in the freezer when you get them in the mainland, and then pull them out and put them in the toaster oven for a minute or two, and you got a cookie that tastes like it just came out of our oven. So,
okay.
But it's not our scones. Our scones, it's a frozen, ready to bake product line. I've considered packaging them and doing those things, but the logistics of everything and packaging and then the cost of shipping is almost prohibitive.
Okay.
Well, Mike, for those of you that just joined us, this is Mike with Passion Bakery Cafe. I know a lot of people are asking where. I just tuned in. Where is this? It's at Kinipopo Shopping Village. If you're coming from Lihui, take that right up the right road right before the gas station at Wailua Shell, or you can go through the front side. But it's at Kinipopo. You're not going to miss it. Passion Bakery. They open from, you say 7 till 2 tomorrow?
7 to 2 p.m. Yes.
So we challenge our viewers. I already saw a couple of viewers say they're going to be there tomorrow. But for those of you, this is our challenge. We do this every week. You go over there, buy something, take a picture, post it on your social media, and hashtag support local. I'm not sure what time we're going to be down there, probably about 11 o'clock or so. And we're going to be supporting local. We're going to be buying our lunch there, and we'll do a live and share some of that delicious food with our viewers. I cannot wait. I'm actually really hungry right now. That's the hardest thing about doing this show, Mike, is you see all this food and you can't get them until the next day. But we're definitely gonna try. So it's Passion Bakery Cafe, Kinipopo Shopping Village.
Right on.
Website. It's what is the website? It's passionbakerycafe.com.
It's passionbakeries.com.
Bakeries.
Passionbakeries.com.
Yeah, because Passion Bakery was already taken.
Oh. Well, for our viewers, please stop by tomorrow if you're in the area. Even if you're not, even if you're on the other side of the island, it's worth the drive. Come on down, check it out, pick up some pastries. Man, those pies. I want to try some of your pies. And my wife's a baker. I'm trying to convince her to open up a bakery, but after tonight's show, we'll just work out of her house at some point. We'll or maybe she can go bake for you or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I did say it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
That caught my ear.
Yeah,
that caught my ear. So I think maybe I'm going to discourage her now.
And I always tell people if I had a chance to do it over again, I wouldn't.
I love the honesty.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you being on. And again, for our viewers, Passion Bakery Cafe, Kinipopo Shopping Village. Come down about 11. If you, I'll be there at 11. talk story, get on my live, and you can be on the show. All right.
Maybe you should switch it around, do the live and then do the interview after, or do the interview live from the place.
I don't know. We're so spontaneous. We never know what we're gonna do, man. I gotta tell you, we don't know what we're gonna do. I always
Right.
love
Well,
Charlie. He'll pop up. Charlie Iona is live, and then it's just you never know. I love it.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you.
It's been an awesome moment here. Thank you.
Again, and thanks for what you do for our community, my friend. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, buddy.
Well, we appreciate you too, Mel.
Take care.
Both of you guys. So I'll see you tomorrow.
I will be there.
All right. Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Man, I tell you, Charlie, one of the things I just love about this doing this is you get to meet all these cool people, that you normally wouldn't even know. You would never know who they were. That I'll be honest, until Patsy told me, I didn't know Passion Bakery was right down the road from my house. I didn't know until she told me. So I'll be there tomorrow for sure. I'll be there. I'll eat your lunch for you, Charlie.
Okay, brother.
All right, so we got Jonathan Kaihui coming on next. Charlie, I think you might know this guy. You might. I'm not sure.
Yep. I might know him.
Jonathan Kaihui coming on next. Charlie, I think you might know this guy. You might. I'm not sure.
Okay, you got a secondary device on right now in the house.
Nope, I'm good.
You just got to turn off the volume of your Facebook Live.
Yeah, your Facebook Live, just turn it down. Okay.
Charlie, you have the floor, my friend.
Can you hear us, John?
Yep.
Okay, you're good.
That's a beautiful studio you got, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Loud
hear
and
you
clear.
loud and clear.
Awesome.
Can you hear us, John?
Yes. How are you guys?
Okay, good.
Good.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to introduce this gentleman right here.
Awesome.
He happens to be my son, Jonathan
How are you
Kaihui,
guys?
and we are so happy to have him on. Now, is that a? Do you have two devices running at the same time?
We can hear our delayed
Yep.
broadcast coming over, John.
Gotcha. Okay, you guys good?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm
Look,
very
somebody
proud.
already said, "What a handsome Hawaiian," Charlie. Somebody just posted, "What a handsome Hawaiian." I don't know if they're talking about me or John.
Well, he takes after the mom, that's for sure. Anyway, John, why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers and let them know who you are and what you're all about?
Yes. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Charlie. Allowing me this time just to kind of share what's kind of been taking place in my life and my family. I myself, I'm the owner of Kauai Ballet. So most of the Kauai Ohana and people that we've serviced in the past since 2014, we've been doing valet for different events and different hotels and resorts there on Kauai. We are also a part of the Barnacle product over there in Princeville that they utilize for parking mobilization. We are also involved in our statewide projects through Hawaii Parking Services. So that company, we do a lot of things in way of access gates, parking gates, and right now we're working with the county there in Kauai, just kind of discussing some of the opportunities there, looking at parking lots in parks and recreations and things like that. We did take quite a bit of a hit with COVID. COVID pretty much brought all tourism to a halt. So a lot of our valet operations came to a halt, and we had to try to pivot and learn how to get into more of a contactless contactless environment. So we've been looking at different technologies that are out there, app-based parking apps, and we're eager to share that with the state of Hawaii. With the downturn and COVID hitting our company that hard, I had to look at ways to kind of figure out, okay, how do we help just the general population get back to some type of normalcy, and that's where I started the company called Hawaii Air Solutions, and that's what I wanted to share with everybody tonight.
Okay. So why don't you tell us what is Hawaii Air Solutions?
Yeah, so Hawaii Air Solutions is a company I started looking into. This is back in early, say, March, when we first started seeing the signs of COVID, and when it started dwindling down to like September, and nothing was really changing. A lot of the restrictions on us were pretty scarce. A lot of the mandates coming down of mask wearing, social distancing, and washing your hands, that hasn't gone away. I knew that there was something I have to do really for just the state in general. There has to be a solution that's out there that can combat the coronavirus on airborne and in surfaces, especially the porous surfaces. We know, like on stainless steel, it starts to kind of attach to that pretty well. So Hawaii Air Solutions, we started, and I'm bringing this device or these products and technology to the state. I am the distributor of this product that utilizes what's called Active Pure technology. So what Active Pure is, it's a technology derived from NASA, and it's also used in the NASA space station. It's a patented product, and you can use it in residential, you can use it in businesses. We also have HVAC systems and duct systems. Some places that you'll find it, everybody knows the MLB, a lot of baseball lovers out there, but all the MLBs basically use our technology in all of their clubhouses. They've been using that throughout basically all of their facilities. So we haven't heard too many MLB guys getting, say, positive. We have seen it on the NFL side, and we do attribute, we feel that, hey, after COVID hit, they looked into this technology and got it. After 9/11, the Pentagon was actually given this technology as well. As you know, a plane crashed into the building, and a lot of that, the fumes from the gases, there was actually like formaldehyde and all other types of different things kind of floating around there. So our technology was brought into there. You'll find it at the Ground Zero Museum in New York, and the Texas Capitol is in it. We also have the Cleveland Clinic, which is doing a double-blind study right now in their surgical rooms. They have 50 surgical rooms that have our technology in there. So I'm eager to bring this to Hawaii. We are slowly deploying teams that will be reaching out to different businesses and government sectors. I myself, I'm working with many different agencies right now on the government side to get this into many different facets. School buses is one, the bus is one, handy vans. We're looking at even our conference centers. So when you look at tourism in general, where I think a lot of people tend to forget is our one of our bigger lines of business is really through conferences. So when you folks are talking to Tom about conferences, it's definitely fitting. We need our convention business to really thrive. That puts people in rooms, that puts people in restaurant chairs, that puts people just basically running the commerce that we have been known to love. Right now, we know that this technology works. We have scientific proof that proves it. This is a Space Technology Hall of Fame product. A lot of the products that you'll find next to it is the pacemaker. So that's another product that's in the Space Technology Hall of Fame. You also hear about LASIK eye surgery. Most of us know about LASIK. That also got the distinction of the Space Hall of Fame. And even Tempur-Pedic. So there's a bunch of different products that are on that list, but we are the only air purification or air cleaning technology that has ever made that distinction. So we are currently right now looking to get a emergency use authorization for this product. It's all on the web. If you do your homework, you'll probably find it. But that will afford us the capability of really putting this up to the likes of the 3 Ws: the wash your hands, watch your distance, and then what is the other W? Wash your hands, wear your mask, Sorry. So those three things, so we know that that's been hammered into our heads. We know that COVID fatigue is well and live. However, this technology, we believe, is going to be something that needs to be implemented. And it's the only thing I believe we have not really addressed is indoor air quality. When you think of the simplistics of it, the average adult spends indoors 90% of their lives. They're either in a car, they're either sleeping indoors, or they're working indoors at an office. So that's 90% of your life you're indoors. The other 95 is elderly. So the elderly, as we know, some are bedridden. They will never leave the four walls of their facility. So we seriously need to look at this, I think, in more of a health and safety measure. This is going to be a measure of our true commitment to health and safety. Right now, we've been spitting it out like you never, we keep hearing it's health and safety over everything. The economy is to the back burner. Tourism, back burner. Agriculture, back burner. It's health and safety. So if that is the message that we're saying to the general public, I have this solution, it is vetted, and we can get it into not only residential homes, but I would love to see this in our prison system. I would love to see it in our schools to open up safely. And a lot of the powers to be are the ones I'm reaching out to right now. They're the ones that have the capability to do it. I will share this. We are in the procurement offices of our state on all islands. Therefore, you will be able to use CARES Act money if and when that comes available to you and your business. So if this is something that you want to use as another layer of protection for your business, this is going to be something that will be, you will be able to tap that money. And schools right now are waiting on that. A lot of the state public and mostly on the private side is waiting on that CARES funds.
Well, John, let me first say, first of all, I'm proud of you. And as a to disclose to our viewers, yes, this is my son, but he and I just briefly talked about this technology today. But because Mel and I have been with COVID for this last year, we believe we have a great understanding along with all of you. But this technology that he talks about, just so you don't get confused, it's not chemical oriented, not at all. There's no chemicals involved. And the thing about it is, we know for a fact that when someone goes into an enclosed space and when they leave, there needs to be a stop in time to disinfect, which is labor intensive before it can open up to allow more people to come in. The way I understand this product is that it's a device that once it's plugged in, and it depends on how big the size of your room, up to, you said about 20,000 feet or so, units. And someone posted, is there anything for AC? Yes, they have for commercial HVAC, where it can work with HVAC system. And what it does is it neutralizes the air with these molecules that will attack the virus. So basically, if somebody came in and correct me if I'm wrong, John, but what we were talking about it, if somebody came into an enclosed space and they were asymptomatic, the moment they exhale and that thing comes out, these molecules that's generated from this unit is already attacking it. So it won't even have chance to make it to another person. That's what you're saying, right? Because that's the NASA technology, because of the way they had to keep the air purified in the space station.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I didn't cover with you is, what are the distances? Because, if somebody's like within 3 feet of me, and they breathe on me, darn, I'm going to get nailed by it. But you're saying that it's almost impossible with this device And this device stays on 24/7, correct?
Right. Yeah. So what we look at is so there's levels to what these molecules can basically kill, right? So um, when you look at they call it microns, right? So this technology can actually attack zero point zero 0.01 microns of any type of pathogen, virus, bacteria, mildew. So it not only is about COVID, that's the hot topic that we talk about today because you can't really run from it. Um, COVID, by all standards, is not a really hard disease or virus to kill. The shell of the virus is really soft. It's not to the point of if there's any medical, experts on. If I talk about C. diff and you hear that term, you know that that's probably the hardest thing to kill. So we have lab studies that have shown that this has killed it in, less time than you can probably think of. C. diff though is probably the one you want to look up. COVID-19 again, or the SARS-CoV-2 virus is really not something that's that difficult to kill. Now, the thing that our technology does, and you explained it, is it really attacks everything in the air. So in airborne and aerosols, anything, your human hair is about 10 microns, so as small as your hair is, when you see that shine of light and particles flying in the room, those are a little bit, say, smaller than the hair. So we actually go down to 0.01 microns. So that's where the technology really starts to work. The 6 feet, I think we spoke about it before, the 6 feet recommendation by the CDC is really just that extra 3 feet. So you said 3 feet, and that is correct. That is really the danger zone, right? So as these molecules are working, our technology does not just work one time and then you have to bring another technician in and he has to do maybe a mixture or fogging. You see all the guys fogging different things. This is not some type of fogging device. It works just autonomously 24/7, and we have products that basically can map out your entire design. So some gyms that we're working with right now, floor space is a big problem. They need the floor space so that they can work out. So we have to look at installation that may take these portable units and elevate them a little bit. So anytime we work with a business or even a home that wants this technology, we really want to know how you live in the space right now. So as a business, if you're only operating at 25%, I would not recommend doing the whole building. It's just not smart. However, we take this phased approach and then we say, okay, right now, where do you see the most activity? It's in our lunchroom, it's by our time clock, in the back office, my office. Those are the locations we would look at, and then we could always again phase in more spaces. However,
let me try to also, because I see this application and my mind is thinking that, okay, so what you're saying is, for the most part, that if, say for instance, a restaurant, the capacity has been limited because of the amount of people.
yes.
What you're saying is, with this, because it's operating all the time, you actually can raise that capacity level to allow more patrons in, because the probability of the infection spreading is almost nil as long as this process is ongoing. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, so really what I'm looking at in order to help small businesses like the retail and restaurants, get capacity levels higher is different than that of the tourism market, right? So right now, if we just look at the restaurant market, there are locals that want to dine indoors, right? They want to go out, they want to enjoy their time, but they want to do it safely. There's a lot that goes into that. A lot of our restaurants had to understand what CDC requirements were, which is like, the temperature checks, single-use menus, single-use pens, mask wearing, distancing the seating, and even implementing curbside delivery. Some have even gone to great lengths to even offer delivery or jump on one of those third-party Uber Eats or DoorDash programs. But what I'm saying is this is an opportunity to fall back on science again. I think what we've been doing is we've been running away from science as of late. You got to get back on the science train and look at this technology. Is it viable? Is it vetted? And the answer is yes. It's been vetted. Our company went basically and teamed up with a BLS level 4 laboratory. So the level 4 laboratory, basically you don't get into that lab unless you're vetted already. So knowing that we are NASA derived, we had the capability of partnering with that lab. There's only 13 in the world. There's only 14 in our country, in the United States. I'm sorry, 13 and then 4 in the United States. And within this BLS lab, they found that our technology killed the coronavirus or COVID within just 3 minutes. That's the airborne virus of COVID or SARS-2. On surfaces, it takes a little bit longer, but that took up to 7 hours. So now what happens is when we see the levels reach 99.98, that happened in 3 minutes on airborne. And again, on surfaces, 7 hours. Our technology keeps it at that level, at that reduced level. So there's never a time where you have to worry about it raising back up, coming back down. And again, we have many graphs and many tests that we've done on this that shows how that works.
So basically, you're talking about suppression. Once it gets it to a level, they'll keep it suppressed at that level.
At that
The
level.
other thing that I wanted to cover, because you mentioned it, because I saw somebody here about wanting to contact a relative who's with MIT. You seem pretty confident that, if anybody wants to investigate this thing, you put it neck and neck with anything, because you mentioned about the Cleveland Medical Center and operating rooms. So basically what you're saying is this unit can be in the operating room and it's been proven, when a person is under the knife, is open, and it will not harm that person at all, correct?
Yeah, so when you're talking about surgery, I mean, that's the most sensitive thing, right? Anytime you open the human body, staph is a big problem, right? So those rooms need to be as sterile as possible. So these devices, now the devices that we use in the medical setting is a lot different than we would use in a business or in a residential setting. The devices that we use in the medical setting is FDA Class 2 certified. So you cannot get that level of device without having either a clinic or being a doctor, because we have to go through NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. We have to look at your vetting process, and then we can say deliver. Obviously, the Cleveland Clinic is one of the largest clinics. With this double-blind study that we're doing, we're most likely going to see about 85,000 patients come out of that within the next 2 years out of those surgical rooms is the number that we're thinking. So we'll have some good data coming out of that medical setting. But yeah.
Mel?
Wow.
Lots of
Interesting stuff. Amazing technology, and I agree with you. We gotta start really focusing on the science side and finding these technologies that work. How can people learn more? Is there a website, or is there a contact? I saw a couple of people ask about contact information, how they can learn more.
Yeah, so what I would do is go to our website. It's hawaiiairsolutions.com. So if you go to that website, you'll kind of look at the technology. You'll see graphs. You'll get to kind of learn how the technology works. We have products right now that are deployable, ready to send out if anybody's looking to, protect a loved one. There's mobile devices that you can put in your car. There's mobile devices that you can take, say, with you when you're traveling. So it can go from the rent-a-car to the hotel room. We've seen all the shows on, how disgusting some hotel rooms can be on the remote. We see bacteria, the bathroom, and so forth. But those types of mobile units you can take with you. There's bigger units, like Charlie said, it can treat up to 20,000 square feet. So those are the types of units that are still portable and can move around the room, or you can set it wherever you want. But those types of units are good for, say, theaters, gyms, and large spaces. And then we have ones that are just, good for about 50 square feet. So if you go to the products tab, And then you'll see on the products tab, you'll kind of get way on the bottom if you go down a little bit, I think. Yep. So these are, if you go up a little bit, sorry. So this is something that I would recommend for like say a restaurant. Most restaurants are about 2,500 square feet, a little bit bigger. If you're looking at covering the kitchen as well, this works good on smoke and odors and all other types of stuff. But this is more of a setup for a restaurant. So you'd put one of these, this covers about 2,000 square feet. What we're doing is we're looking at the air change rate and how this machine works is it basically changes the air every 351 square feet. You can kind of see it's basically just churning that air and getting it brand new again. This one has a MERV rating of 20. That's the highest MERV rating that you can see on any type of air purifier, air purification device. Small story, in July, some of us may know or have heard Cuomo actually allowed his shopping malls to be reopened. And what he mentioned in there, and it is on our homepage, if you watch the video, he'll talk about the minimum MERV rating of 13 needing to be had in order to open up your retail space or your shopping center. So the technology that he speaks of, though, is our technology. And that's more of what I wanted to share. So the mainland is obviously, on top of this. They're already, Philadelphia just 2 days ago allowed their dine-in restaurants to resume at 50% as long as they had a device like ours that is proven to kill not only COVID, but has a MERV rating of 13 or higher. So they are, when I say they, the mainland is already using it to lighten restrictions, but also, again, to raise capacity, much needed capacity for our restaurants and our retailers.
Well, I like to, say it sounds like Dad's the salesman tonight, but
Yeah.
I had a little opportunity because there you go, HawaiiAirSolutions.com. HawaiiAirSolutions.com. The thing that I'm fascinated about, because I read about it before you came on the air tonight, is that this technology is not like a filter where you need to draw the air in, air gets cleaned up in the unit, and air gets spit back out. Okay, that's why you have to have a HEPA filter, right? This is not like that at all. What this is doing is actually a war is occurring between the bad air and this technology, where this technology meets it in its an open environment and kills it in its environment. It doesn't bring it back into the unit and then spits out purified air. It kills it in its environment and it suppresses it there and stays there. So when I read about that, I thought to myself, gee, how labor intensive. Every time somebody goes in, comes out, you got to have a team wiping down, right? Basically, this thing, once it's hooked up,
From a disinfectant level, you're pretty good to go. Sanitizing and disinfecting, there's definitely two different types. So it's important to kind of learn the differences. And this is more of a disinfecting device as opposed to sanitizing.
Okay. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Game changer, man. This could be the
Yeah, I
game
believe
changer.
so.
Somebody just asked real quick if you could touch on airplanes. Somebody asked, is this a technology that they're looking at for aircraft? And do you know if the FAA consider this technology for aircraft?
Yeah, so I'll talk about a little bit locally here. So major mode of transportation is city buses and public transportation. That's the bus system and handy vans. So there are systems fit for those. And when our tourism comes back, guys, we're gonna need to protect that space. I think that space is a little bit under the carpet, but I think we got to look at the bus, because if levels of tourism start to rise, a lot of tourists use the public transportation as a mode of transportation. So that's one. Now going to the airlines, yes, there is. We are already my partners are already talking to the likes of United and American Air. This will make it into planes sooner or later. It's just a matter of time. We do not need any type of approval other than their shareholders. So when that comes available, we definitely want to get it into their systems and see it working. And we're excited to see that come to fruition.
Wow. Unbelievable, man. HawaiiAirSolutions.com, people. Go check it out. If you got questions, click the contact button on the site. You can get your questions answered. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for you. I really
Yeah,
am.
right now, for those that are interested in learning about the product, learning about how to get one in your home or business, like Mel said, get to the website, send us a message. I'm basically doing this and bringing it to Hawaii. We're building a sales team right now to kind of get this out, because I can't do it all on my own, but we got to get it. We got to dial out and let our leaders know this technology exists. We'd like to present it, show it, and put it to the test. If there is a MIT graduate out there or anybody, any aeronautical engineer that wants to poke holes at it, by all means, please do, because the science is there and it's definitely proven to work.
Son, can you tell them about the BSL, the Biosafety Level 4?
Yeah.
Can you share with them?
Yeah, so there's the one that we went to was at Texas University. So there's only, again, 13 in the world, four in our country, right? So in order to get into that lab, one needs to be vetted already, right? So this product being in that Space Hall of Fame and being a space certified technology, this is patented, right? Nobody else has it. Just having that allowed us into that lab. Now, the second step was to get the right strain. As you guys probably know, there's many different strains of coronavirus, some that are harmful to humans, some that aren't. They're just not. They're feline strains, So what we do is, or what we were able to get our hands on, is that human strain. Now, in order to even get that, you have to understand they ain't giving that to anybody, right? So we were able to get our hands on that. We were able to test it. Anybody can Google it. I put it on, it's on our website, all the science and all that. But if you Google it, you'll see it on December 14th. The press release was made by the Associated Press. Forbes put it out. Huffington Post put it out. CBS News, CNN, everybody basically put it out there that this technology works against COVID, not on just airborne, but also on surfaces. So you're getting that 2-for-1 with one device.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can reveal, but cost-wise,
yes.
is this
So
is
we're
something that's going to be
yeah. So we're encouraging everybody really we are not going to take the approach of eBay, Amazon, and all that, right? We're going to make it really fine-tuned, not only just to keep it safe in the right hands, but we want to make sure that we're looking at the right approach for you and your home, you and your business. You may buy the wrong product, to be quite honest. People just think, we want to educate first, and we want to learn about your space and what you believe needs to be protected at the utmost ability. And then from there, we can, like I said, we can take that hybrid approach, do some in-duct, do some HVAC, we can do some portable, mobile. So the mobile side is for fleet vehicles, those that police, fire. If anybody has police or fire personnel, this is perfect for their cars to keep them safe as they're on the road. I'm gonna most likely push out probably in the coming weeks. We want to really aggressively get this into the markets and into the hands of just anyone. So we are going to extend probably a 50% discount, something really, really aggressive, but to get this into the hands of people that need it the most. Everyone 65 and over, I think, should have it in their homes, in their cars. You will feel an immediate difference. I have one. I'll show you guys this right here. This is actually right here on my desk. So this is one of our mobile devices. This can go on in your car. This is the one that's good for travel. But this has the active cell technology in it. And this can basically cure any automobile up from 50 up to 500 square feet. So perfect for a room as well. But prices and so forth, definitely call us, and we're going to make, we want to get this into the hands of people so that we can return to some normalcy and get our retailers and restaurants occupancies up. That's kind of the goal in the next coming weeks. And I'll keep in touch with you guys to let you know the progress on this thing. We got some big meetings coming up with some folks.
Now, last but not least,
Yep.
could you share, if you can, your partners and their background that you shared with me
Yes.
today? Yes, so that's from
Yep.
the CEO down, who you partnered with. Give
Yep.
a little bit about their background, and that's why this is what it is. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the company, the parent company is called Eris. Eris is a 97-year-old company, 97 years. They recently got into the air purification side of business in like 2009 and started to really ramp this up. Our CEO, my partner, his name is Joe Orso. And I also have another partner within this company called, his name is Brian Lemke, and also a guy by the name of Jim Kelly. So all three of us were working together to bring this not only to the masses, but to the regular residential setting. We want to get it in the hands of those people, but also businesses. We believe that, and it's already shown proof, that it's going to be a proving ground to get places like Philadelphia back to 50%. If they didn't have this, they would be at zero. This just happened 2 days ago. I highly suggest people to Google it, find out what it is about. Look at Cuomo's video when he back in July, what he did for his shopping malls. This is not new, but it's new to Hawaii, and I really want to allow just our government leaders to understand that this technology exists, and if in the right hands, I think we can start turning the corner in a right way. I did mention this before. We have not taken indoor air quality seriously, and it's an indoor virus. So this is the time, if we reopen, let's do it the right way so that we don't close and then have to reopen again. This is, I think the solution. Airplanes, you guys hit it on the nail. That's where it should begin for travel, and then airports. That's where it should welcome, and then it should move to transportation, and yes, hotel lobbies. This should all be a new norm, and I believe it will be. It's just going to take the right people to look at the technology and say, you know what, this is that extra layer of PPE. If we get the EUA, that emergency use authorization, this puts our technology on a whole nother map, and that is also Google that too. The emergency use authorization, ARIS or ActivePure, and you'll probably see it. And we're just waiting for the FDA to approve that.
Okay.
Appreciate, my friend. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
That's we need a whole hour show just with you, bro. Seriously, man. This is very interesting. I think a lot of people interested. Get to that website, hawaiiairsolutions.com, and send your, if you got any questions, hit the contact button or give them a call. I believe this is a game changer, man. It's, I think, something that that's gonna make a difference and get us to normalcy. Hopefully, I mean, we got to get around the turn, man. We got to soon, and this will definitely help.
Yep.
So thank you, my friend.
Thank you. I know the one last thing I'll wrap up with. I know the fatigue is there. We're tired. We're worn out. We're beat. But I really believe this is the time we need to address the indoor air quality. There is a device that's out there. I'm bringing it to Hawaii. Capacity is not a problem, not an issue as far as deploying these devices. So any businesses that are interested, anybody, I mean, right now we're just setting up Zoom calls. A lot of the people that we're talking to, we do not want to intrude on their space right now. So a lot of it is going to be via Zoom. We'll run through, anything that you want to talk about. We'll share with you the science, run through a nice presentation. That's pretty much it. The nice thing is after the presentation, you'll know every little bit of detail of it, and you can either act on it or you can just let it go and see if things just kind of ease out. The scary thing right now is the different variants. We are already testing on the B171 variant. That should come out anytime soon to see how our technology kicks that thing in the butt too. So I can't wait to share that stuff with you too. But the variants are scary, I think, and I think we just got to take a more active approach, and that's why I brought this active pure technology to Hawaii. We can't be passive. We cannot allow our business to just continue to get buried. So we're providing a scientific solution to our problems, and if it gets us back another 10% to a business, means they're open tomorrow. Another 25% means they're open next month. So I believe this is the answer, and we just got to get it going. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much again, my friend.
Thank you both. Thank you.
We will be in touch, sir.
Thank you. Hey, Mel, I got to show you something. Hang on. Remember this guy?
Yes, I do, man. Look at that. Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice, my first ever. Everybody knows Mel. We memorabilia stuff, cards. But I hit that bugger the first time. That was like beginner's
Yeah.
luck.
Also Pokemons. I got Pokemons. You guys, I got them all. The other side of Mel.
Yes.
That's how I keep my sanity, John. That's how I keep my sanity, bro.
Me too. Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank you guys,
man.
though. Thank you.
Hey, you guys stay safe up there. Give our love to the family, man.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, bro.
Love you, Dad.
Love you, baby.
Yeah. See you later.
Whew, wow. What a night, Charlie. That's a proud Papa smile right there. That's a proud Papa smile.
Well, I apologize to everybody we went over, but I I get tears because I don't get to see my son as often, and if this is one of the ways I have to accomplish that, then I take whatever I can, right?
You gotta go bring him onto your show just so you can see him.
I can
I
see.
think I gotta go tell my son go start one air purifying business up in Oregon. Maybe we can get him on the show as well.
But right now he has he has exclusive for Colorado and Hawaii.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. He will definitely do well. I can tell. He's an awesome man.
I was trying to get him to mention about those gentlemen, his partners. They're all retired NASA technicians. So they talk about a lot of the things, but that's how this technology was derived. What could it be? And it was modified. So just so nobody gets the wrong idea, the one unit they talked about, the hospitals, that can only be purchased by a hospital or a doctor. It cannot be used commercially outside of the hospital setting. You need that medical license to request for that unit. And that's but like you said, the entire Pentagon, they have I believe they have more than 1,000 units deployed at the Pentagon. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot. So, but sorry, bro. I just thank you for your time and allowing
No,
me.
man, it was interesting, man. I tell you what, thinking outside of the box, being innovative. That's what it's gonna take, guys. I mean, we know that. I just wish our decision makers thought like that. Then we could get ahead of this thing. But
Yeah.
it was a great show, man. I appreciate tonight, Thomas. I gotta say, Charlie, that first segment hit me hard, man. Hit me hard. Totally unexpected. But I just want to say thank you, bro, for being my partner, my brother, my friend,
Same here, brother.
family, and when you hear people talk about the impact, because we don't even think about it that way. It's like, hey, Charlie, you get anybody for Wednesday night? Charlie, that's kind of the day to day. But to hear that words from Thomas Nizo, man, it makes it all worthwhile, bro.
Well, this was a complete shock to me too. So, we stand in the likes of like my lovely wife. One year she took that honor, ambassador of Aloha. Many of you know the late great humanitarian community person that he was, that did the cleanup in Kalalau, Petty Boy Malama. He got awarded the same award one year. The man himself that would clean Waimea town all by himself, Brian Yamasi, the former, I guess, vice VP or president of First Hawaiian Bank here on Kauai. Every weekend he would cut the grass in Waimea town from one end all the way to the other end with no compensation. He won that award one year too. So just having this award just means, we're we're in pretty good company, my brother. We're in pretty good
Yeah.
company.
I almost feel like, that should definitely go to. There's more other people, way more others that deserve
Yeah.
it. But you know what? I appreciate it, man. I just appreciate
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Appreciate it so much. And again, I appreciate you, bro.
Same here,
Um,
brother.
for those
Same.
of you guys, don't forget Passion Bakery Cafe, right in the Kinipopo Shopping Village, right there in Wailua. As you pass Wailua Beach, right across from the old brick oven pizza. Check
Yep.
it out. Go buy some good food, plate lunches, some desserts. Um, awesome. Awesome. And then, of course, HawaiiAirSolutions.com. Go check it out. Remember, guys, the challenge doesn't change. Go patronize a local place, a local business, product, service, whatever it is. Take a photo of it, post it on your social media. Be proud that we supporting local. Hashtag support local, guys. We all gotta do this together, folks. We all gotta do this together, man. Appreciate it.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Gosh, man, I'm tired. Gonna go take a nap. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Everybody, love you guys more than you guys will ever know. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. God bless. Stay safe. Take care. Aloha.